just a baggy sweater and like high-rise pants. So being dressed is the best thing for my family. That's how I was raised for New Year's. We were told like not to wear like ripped pants, look presentable, wear socks, because every New Year's, my family, we like to bow, I guess, in respect of my grandparents. And so every year on January 1st, we would go downstairs every morning. That was like the very first thing that we do, is to chul, which means like we're bowing. My grandparents would say something encouraging, like, we hope that you do this in the upcoming year, blah, 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 kind of thing. And then they give us money. So that's like one thing that me and my brother always looked forward to, was the money that we would receive. But obviously it wasn't for the money, it was for just like tradition, learning about our culture, and also just to respect my grandparents, I guess. And so right now I think we're making tteokguk, and so it's like rice cakes and dumpling soup kind of thing. And so we're gonna do that, and that's a traditional thing that we make every year on January 1st. Hopefully you enjoy this video, but let's go make some dumplings. So for New Year's as a kid, I would receive money from my grandparents, and that was it's kind of like, I don't know actually why they do that, but I think it's just, I don't know. I actually don't know. It was just the norm for us. Every New Year's you'll wake up, and it sounds so bad, but literally when we were younger, we would have people coming over to like greet my grandparents, and then also we greet them, and then we would literally get piles of money on January 1st. And so when we were younger, I think we had a, different idea about New Year's, like, oh, it's a day of when we get money and stuff like that. Growing up, we would always do that. We would go to people's houses, we would drive, we would drop fruit boxes and all these things. And so it's kind of like a tradition, and us getting to know our culture as well kind of thing. It's something that we always did January 1st. So yeah, right now I have money prepared to give my grandparents. I think when I first got my job, that's when my mom pulled me aside, like, hey, now instead of you receiving money, it's time for you to give back the money to them. Yeah, so I'm always so excited to give them money. That sounds really bad too, but very thankful for my grandparents, especially, yeah, I'm very thankful for them. So I'm gonna put those together now. Very nice, chef. Very nice. All right, so I bought this for Winston for Christmas, and he is so good at it now. So I wanted to show you guys that. Stay. Okay. Where is it? Yay! Yay! Okay, keep going. 아, 네.
아유, 이제는 거기 있는 거 저렇게 지키고 먹지. 이제는 그 물고 도망가는.
Yay! Yay! I think you have one more. Keep looking. Yay! All done! Good job. Good job. Alright, so it is the next day, and I just wanted to kind of recap on 2020. I thought it would be a great time to kind of reflect and to put goals for myself. You know, it's the new year, 2021. Thank God it's 2021. 2020 was a little rough for many people, right? For the nation, for the world. So I thought right now I just wanted to like kind of reflect and kind of think about how 2020 was for me. 2020 was a year for me to just kind of reflect on my character. How am I doing in my faith? How am I doing with my calling, my passions, and everything? And obviously it was kind of rough. It was definitely rough in many areas. It pushed me a lot. So a couple things I wrote down as I was reflecting was, I feel like 2020 really helped me kind of slow down my schedule, slow down my life a little bit, and just to reflect. Because I feel like prior to 2020, I don't know if this resonates with anybody, but for me to be successful, I feel like I need like a really busy schedule to like back to back. Like I go to work, I went to church, and that was kind of like a cycle kind of thing. And I think once my life started slowing down, I realized how much time I wasn't spending with my family, and I think family is a huge calling. Once things started slowing down, I got to see a lot of my flaws. I got to see a lot of things I could work on, which was good, you know, kind of thing. And I feel like I started to spend more time with my family because I just saw that I wasn't spending enough time with my family. So in the beginning, it was nice. I have to be real, it was nice to kind of like take a break. Work was kind of like on this like limbo stage of like, what do we do kind of thing. And so I feel like I had a lot of like free time to kind of reflect. I got to think about my priorities, right? Because with all that free time and all the time that you have, you kind of think about what means the most in my life. And I think the one thing that in the beginning of quarantine was I really wanted to make my faith my own, because I think I realized early on that if I don't have the physical church, right, going to a church for like large groups or small group or Sunday service, I feel like my faith was kind of struggling. And I think I really relied on the church. I relied on the community and the fellowships. And that's what community is for, right? Like you're supposed to grow together, you share your struggles, you share your encouragements, and all that. But I think for me, I was really relying on that instead of truly relying on the Bible and truly relying on God. And so that was one thing that I really wanted to work on, was to make my faith my own. And so that was one thing that I feel like I really learned in the beginning, and I truly, truly loved like every single moment. I would wake up, get coffee, and like open my Bible and like just journal and just worship and just do all that. And it was just so refreshing. And I felt like I had like a clear mind. I had a clear mind, I had a clear purpose, and it was just so great, you know. And then I think another thing that 2020 made me do was kind of look at myself and to kind of see what areas can I grow in, what areas can, you know, just develop more, I guess you can say. And so through hardships, through everything that I've gone through, I got to see I'm not perfect, right? And I think for me, I had this misconception that I was perfect, I was doing great, but the reality was that I wasn't doing great. I had areas to work on. That's like one thing that I really worked on this year, was to really better myself, to prepare myself for the future, whatever the future has in store for me this year. In 2021, I really wanted to prepare myself, right? And it was hard. It was definitely hard to kind of be faced with certain struggles, to be faced with these are the things that you need to work on, because I'm very like, it's hard for me to see my flaws, if that makes sense. And so when I was placed in that situation where I had to look at my flaws, I had to acknowledge like that is something I have to work on. Even though I thought I was doing fine, like that is something I do need to work on. So I think that's like a big thing this year that I had to wrestle with. And then as 2020 kept going, right, I think in the beginning I was so like motivated to like, yeah, like I'm gonna do my QTs in the morning, I'm gonna do all this, blah, 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 blah. But I realized that I had more time on my hands, which meant I made excuses to push everything to the side or push it back. And so then I became lazy. And so that was also another hurdle that I had to go through, to kind of like to figure out like, how can I get out of this laziness? How can I, you know, all these things. Because I think also being stuck in the house, it has been also kind of hard as well. And I think that kind of adds to my laziness, but that's not an excuse. So going into the goals for 2021, right? 2020 was a year of self-evaluation. It was a self-growth time, just to evaluate how I'm doing with work, family, and my relationships, right, with people. I think I have like 4 things I wanted to like focus on. And so the first one is scheduling. I think since knowing myself, right, I do well with schedules. I do well with, at this time I'm going to do this, at this time I'm going to do that. Why don't I create a schedule, right? I think that's the biggest thing that I really wanted to work on, is scheduling. I just wanted to prioritize what's important. I want to schedule being faithful with my work, being faithful with my relationships with people, and being faithful with my time with God, and being faithful with whatever God has called me to do, right? And so I think one thing I do want to work on with my scheduling is that after work, I don't know how everyone else feels, but speaking to all the teachers out there, when I'm on Zoom for 7 to 8 hours, I am exhausted. Like I just need to take a nap, like close my eyes and just not think about Zoom or do anything on Zoom or even on the computer. And so like after work, I literally just plop on my bed, just not do anything and just lay there. I mean, I think that's fine. I think that's good to have like a time to kind of recuperate and like just be energized again. But I do want to limit myself on how much lounge time I have. I just want to get into the habit of doing all my work before I lounge again or work out, because I feel like that would definitely help with my sleep as well in the future in 2021. So for the duration of remote learning, and I think even after remote learning, I do want to keep the schedule of like making sure I do all my work before I do like anything fun or anything like that. And so that's one thing. And then another thing is like I wanted to prioritize a time that I spend with God and like reading the word and just praying. I feel like that's been a little bit harder to do because I've been selfish with my time. I've been very selfish with my own satisfaction of having rest and having that time. And so I think making that time for God. And so I think the first thing I want to do is to pray and then kind of build it up a little bit, little by little. And it's funny because I feel like the past couple of days, God has been putting that on my heart to like pray, to meet with him before I sleep. That's the first step. And then second step would be to read the word, to journal. And I do want to push myself to read more like faith-based books, because I feel like I lack in that area a lot. I feel like I just read the Bible, journal, watch YouTube videos of like sermons. I just need to do that. I have time. That's the thing. I have time, but I'm choosing not to make time for God. And so I do want to kind of work on that. And then lastly is working out. So working out, I do want to make time to do that. I feel like the past couple, like the last months of 2020, I've been more intentional with my workouts. Me and my boyfriend have been like keeping each other accountable, making sure we're eating healthy foods, making sure that we work out. And I think for myself, I put up a goal of like, I want to work out 5 times a week. And it actually hasn't been that bad. I've been using Fitbod as an app because I'm not going to the gym. I'm at home. I'm literally just working out in my room every single night. And it's been great. When I don't work out, I just feel so hazy in the mind. I just feel like no motivation to do things. And I feel like when I work out, I feel like I have this push of like, I want to get better. I want to do this. And I just have a clear mind in life. And so I feel like working out really helps me to be strong mentally, physically. So that's like one huge goal. I want to continue to work out 5 times a week and not make excuses. I don't want to make shortcuts. I want to keep going, keep fighting. And so that's my goal. And I think the last thing that I really wanted to work on is YouTube, right? So as I was saying in the beginning, 2020 was where I kind of tried to figure out what I could do, starting new things, new hobbies and stuff. And YouTube was one thing that I kind of wanted to do. So I thought, why not give YouTube a try and to see if I can, you know, just post my life and about teaching, about makeup and everything, because those are the things I love to do. And so honestly, I'm so grateful for all the new subscribers that I have, and it really pushes me to do my best. It really pushes me to be diligent, and I feel like recording videos have been so fun, and just to record my life. And honestly, I think I've been excited that I can document my life, so I can just kind of look back in the future to see what I did in the past and everything. And so I think YouTube, that's been a great thing. It's been pushing me a lot. It's been pushing me to be more creative with my videos. I don't know. 2021, let's see what happens on YouTube. Let's see what happens with how people respond and everything. And so, yay! But yeah, that's basically it for my 2020 reflection and my goals for 2021. It's been a rocky year for everybody, right? But I do believe that there are good things to come and that there will be more things to look forward to. And my hope and my solid ground is Christ. And honestly, I feel like He is the one that helped me get through 2020. And I truly believe that 2021, even though it's so uncertain, even though it's so, you know, we just don't know what to expect, I think my hope really comes from Christ. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching everything. Hopefully you enjoyed my Korean New Year's Day and also me just blabbing about my goals and just reflecting on like everything. And so hopefully 2021 will be a great year for everybody. And I'll see you in my next video.